When we are talking about peace, peace has to start, as it was correctly said yesterday, with each of us and basically with the children. And therefore, this is a project for children, by children, and with a strong participation of children. It started in Peru, but as you are going to see, it goes around the world.
Means that no matter if you are 3 or 4 or 5 years old, you could be an agent of peace. So since early years of life, children first of all start wondering how it is to be a peaceful world. And with the students of the university, because this is a project where every single aspect of society is involved, we start working together for peace. So let me explain you. First of all, we do research. On research, we ask children, how do you imagine to be a peaceful world? And we use all kinds of arts. We use storytelling, we use painting, we use narrative, we use theater, and we use puppetry. So, for instance, if you are going to see here this beautiful butterfly, this is a finger puppet. You put the puppet in your finger, and everything you have in your hand is your power. This was a research by which 5-year-old children identified that the butterfly, it should represent a peaceful world. It's beautiful, it looks fragile, but it's not fragile. It goes around the world spreading good things. What are these good things? These are the values that for a peaceful world, the children say, have to be solidarity, cooperation, honesty, truth. This is what kids think that death is important for a peaceful world.
You are going to see here Yuyapanak. Yuyapanak is an exhibition of photographs of the 20 years of terrorism that we have had in Peru. What do I bring the issue of terrorism and war in my country? Because we have had one of the most fantastic truth commissions, that it was the Peruvian Truth Commission. And through the Peruvian Truth Commission, it came the realization of the big question: how are we going to heal an entire population that was really damaged and have suffered all the trauma of war? And we decided, and we were very strongly supported, to use arts.
If kids are living in a peaceful world, how they would like to be? They would like to be like hummingbirds. Why hummingbird? Because the hummingbird is singing. It's singing with love, it's singing with joy, it's singing with happiness, and it's having such a generous heart that is giving gift to other people, represented by the flower. All of this was based on the paintings and the drawings of kids, but now the mothers of our little peace ambassadors were the ones producing this beautiful piece of art, totally handmade, hand-knitted.
And I can say that basically what I have said, love, theater, and play. El amor, el teatro y el juego son los elementos fundamentales de lo humano.
Also, kids value very much friendship. So they have chosen, because this is a project with a strong children participation, they have chosen Winnie the Pooh as an example of friendship. So what could it be the best friend of Winnie the Pooh? You have Tigger and you have Hee-Haw. So this is kind of global. So who are in today's world, in my classroom, in my family, in the street, my best friends? And what is friendship when we would like to live in a peaceful world? If we have many friends, perhaps we don't have fightings. Fightings that could be among little ones, fightings that could be between adolescents, or even worse, fightings that could happen among countries. And since we try since early years of life that these fightings are to be avoided so that peace is embedded into everyone, we did another research, and the children came to tell us the most important ingredient for peace is love. And how do children 4 or 5 years old think about love? They do not repeat the word love. They think concretely, what is love? And love was represented by an animal with a little child, with a little baby. So this interaction between parents or between other people with the little ones is very important. That's what everyone with a peaceful heart remember the most beautiful experience that we all as adults have had as children. So now the mothers need this beautiful thing, this animal with a little baby and the kangaroo with a little baby, because this is an expression of love.
And one thing that Boal said that is for me very fundamental is human beings, los humanos, se hacen más humanos cuando descubren el teatro. Y gracias a Boal que nos hizo descubrir toda una técnica extraordinaria del teatro del oprimido. So this is based on part of the research I did with the university students about what are the very basic elements or values for when we are looking at the framework of peace education. So for peace is basically to have trust, freedom, tolerance, justicia, responsabilidad, diálogo, solidaridad, respeto, amor, empatía, creatividad, cooperación y honestidad.
If children have to understand that the basic for peace is to realize that the world is not only what surrounds the most immediate context. So we have here the intercultural puppets. Here I can show you puppets from the Andean area. So you have a woman and a man dressed the way our Andean people, let's say Ecuador, Peru, Bolivia, dress. And with the most typical animal, the llama. Most of you have heard about the llama. And be careful, the value that the llama is telling us, because if you don't treat nicely a llama, the llama can spit at you. So children learn, we have to be gentle. We have to be gentle with animals, with people, with everyone. So gentleness comes as an expression of deep understanding of peace.
But there are two basic pillars that we really need to be stronger on the 21st century, is learning how to be and learning how to live with others.
Also, the understanding. For instance, you have here other people from other parts of the world. Children are telling us, let me see this one. Oh, why this lady covers the head? You know, because we have here a family from perhaps the Middle East, perhaps an Arab country, but perhaps of a different religion that covers the head. And so kids from very early years of life understand that there are other people that might be different from the parents, might be different from their teachers, but they're also lovely human beings, and so they expand their understanding of world.
So puppetry, we use finger puppets because it's not that you put it outside of you, we put it in your hands. And so now this goes together with who need the puppets. The puppets are based on the design, on the drawings, on the narrative of the little children. And the mothers of these little children, these Andean women who are best knitters and weavers, are the ones who do the knitting. So you have there some of the photos there of our mothers that you can see. They are very typical mothers who do this knitting.
That we have our peace ambassador also in South Africa, in Nepal, in India, in New Zealand, and we also went to Palestine, and we were part of the Palestinian festival in which we were really playing with 1,000 kids. So basically, peace is into everyone's heart, and if we would like peace in the world, we start the earlier the better. So we start with children, and the best vehicle for peace is arts.
I took peace ambassadors to India, and so we are saying is that all hands of peace goes around the world. This is just to show you where we are. We are in India again. There is little children in Nepal. I lived for years in Nepal, so these are very close to my heart, the children in Nepal. This is in South Africa. This is in Palestine. This was very beautiful. And this is in the Play Festival in Washington, D.C., multicultural understanding. And that is a line that the mothers develop the puppets. Why? Because children have to learn that the world goes beyond what they know. And this is to be a fundamentalist is when people think I have the right because I am from this country and I have this and all that. No, that's not true. You like to be an agent of peace, the more open you are to the richness of this immense geographic globe, the more you'll be prepared to understand and to be a real agent of peace. So children understand about different songs, about different way people dress. Then we were also asked, I have a little anecdote, just if I take a few minutes. For instance, I went to Germany to see they are using anti-bias curricula in Berlin. They are using anti-bias curriculum persona doll. And they have in a kindergarten, there might be 20 students and they have like 12 or 13 nationalities. And so they were telling me that, for instance, when the children come with the mothers covered with veils, the children already put this child aside because it comes different. They don't understand. So we make some puppets in which you have a family in the mother cover, and so kids start making stories and all this. So it really smooths the possibility of understanding that there are different people. So this is very interesting.
So we use all kinds of art because art is the most beautiful spiritual thing that we all have. And creativity is something that every single person is born with. So creativity is in you and everything you wish is on your hands. So let's make the sign of peace in your hand so that everyone becomes an ambassador of peace. Thank you very much, Marta Llanos from Peru, Peace Ambassador.